Happy Monday, fellow budgeters. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. We had a good weekend full of family and a little bit of fun, and it was great. So here's what happened in our checking account when we were stuck at home because of the snow last week. My husband went to Walmart because he needed to get out of the house. And so he went to Walmart and got $31 worth of stuff. I transferred over $16 to our savings account as I was following the No Bucks Given savings challenge. Last week was $16, so that went over to our emergency fund. And then our monthly tithes to our church came out. And then for our cash spending, we did nothing special. We just got groceries. So we went to Costco, we went to Aldi, and we went to Walmart. And what's left over from that cash is $6. And then whatever this change is, which I don't count, I just throw it in my jar. But we are going to write down this money. Savings challenge. Savings 5. Nope, this is $6. Okay. And let's highlight that and put these where they belong. So this $5 is going to be thrown into my minis, which we have a lot of money for the minis, so that's exciting. If you watch all of my videos, you have already seen the minis because this will get filmed next and it'll go up on Tuesday, and it's Monday right now. And then here's a $1 bill for my $1 book. Okay, perfect. And that's all we got going on today. In my debt video, that if you saw all my videos that you saw, if you saw it on Wednesday, you'll notice that I did finish one of the debt binder challenges, and so that money has been added to the bank. I'm just waiting for it to clear, and then I will make another debt payment. So with that money, all right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, fellow budgeters. Today is Tuesday. And I realized yesterday, after I was done filming, that I didn't even introduce myself. I didn't welcome you. I didn't do anything. So welcome to From Debt to Dreams. My name is Brandy. And in this video, if you haven't guessed already, we will be going over all of my expenses that happen during the week. Every weekday, I check on my checking account and I write down any expense that has happened. And also I check in on cash purchases and write those down and figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the money that might be there. So, welcome. Welcome. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get like busy and I'm like, I just got to get this done. And so I just like do it. And then I don't realize like, oh, I'm actually like making a video for people and maybe I need to like introduce myself. Anyway, let's see what's going on in the rest of the checking account, or that happened in the checking account. All right. So this is, if you saw my debt binder video on Wednesday, you'll know that I finished a challenge. So I deposited that money right here, and I have made the payment. I'm just waiting for it now to clear. This is also, we had $20 left over from our groceries. And instead of rolling it over, I just put it back into the checking account. So I'm not going to count that because it's not anything. And then for my debt binder money, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Excuse me. I haven't decided if I'm going to like count that as income again, which I don't really want to, or if at the end of the month, I'm just going to say I only like saved $160. I don't know what to do because I need to show at the end of the month like where the money goes. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. It looks like on Friday somebody went to McDonald's. I don't remember going to McDonald's on Friday. So I have a feeling it was my husband. But what did we do on Friday? Did he leave on Friday? I don't remember. But I don't know. Anyway, something happened on Friday. Somebody went to McDonald's and spent $9. And then on Saturday, I went to a local bookstore that I love in town and bought my January book club book. We were going to meet, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll go to the meeting even though I haven't read the book yet. And then the snowstorm happened, and so we were not able to meet. So we're just making February like a double feature February for our book club meeting. And so I got our January book. We're figuring out what we're reading for February, and I'll probably buy the February book, or hopefully I can get it at the library. Because I would prefer to get my books at the library, but if I can't, then I will buy them from the bookstore that kind of not sponsors, but allows us to use the bookstore for us to meet and that kind of stuff. So anyway, that is that. We are running really close to the end of this pay cycle. Payday is on Friday. I can't wait. I have $274 left over in the bank account. And we are still waiting on the Ashley Furniture payment to come out, our Apple TV subscription, and our Spotify subscription. And then there's that other $40 debt payment that we made that I don't have written down here. So yeah, that's where we're sitting. All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a good day. Happy Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday. We are so close to payday. All right. Here in our checking account, we had that extra Capital One debt payment from up here from the money from our debt binder. And then our Ashley Furniture payment came out. So now we're only waiting on 2 more things to clear. We're waiting on our Apple TV subscription to clear, and we're waiting on Spotify subscription. Oh, that was my chair. The Apple TV one is sitting in pending, and Spotify usually just comes out whenever it comes out. I wish I could change the due dates for those so that they would come out a little earlier, because I hate waiting till the very end of the month. It stresses me out. So we only have $189 left in our checking account. And there's the Apple TV, which is $10.66, that's $11, and then Spotify is usually like $10 or whatever, so I'm just gonna say 15. So that leaves us with $163. I know that my husband is going to need gas, and I need gas. Unfortunately, we will not be able to wait until Friday, which is a bummer. I won't be filling my car up, or my van, so I'll probably put maybe 25 in there, and then I know that my husband will, if I tell him, maybe I'll just tell him, only put 30 in. So that's not right. How did I go from 138 minus 30 equals 5? Anyway, that way we'll have $108 left in our checking account, and hopefully that'll be enough to where the bank is not pulling money from any accounts into checking. Like, I feel like $100, I don't feel like they touch it when it's $100. We did have some cash spending. The boys at their school, they have class pictures today, and you had to send in your money, and I always buy a class picture every year for them. I chose to do a class picture, like our school is a K-8 school, and they do a yearbook every year. I did not get yearbooks until I was in middle school, and so I don't plan on buying yearbooks for the boys until they are in middle school. But because of that, I do get them a class picture every year, and it has been kind of fun to watch not only my son, but my older son. It's been fun to watch him and all of his friends like grow up when you look at all the class pictures. And I plan on, after they're done with elementary school, like putting it all together in like a little scrapbook or a binder or something for them. Or for me to keep. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it and then they'll just get it whenever I pass away. So anyway, there's that. I didn't plan on that purchase, but there it was. We had the cash for it and we're all set with that. All right, my friends. Well, that was it for Wednesday. Tomorrow is our last day before payday. So I'm excited. All right, my friends, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, fellow budgeters. Happy Thursday. One more day until payday. We just got to make it through today. Man. Okay. The last two things came out that we were waiting on. So Apple TV came out for $10.66 and Spotify came out for $12.80. And that's it. That's all we got. I put the squiggly line here to signify that is the end of the pay period, and also to let me know I do have a couple of things pending in the checking account, just like some gas purchases, but since they're not going to be clearing during this pay period, we will roll it over to the next pay period. So I'm just going to close everything out. Tomorrow I will show you the closeout of this pay period. I'll do all the math and everything so we can see, this was last pay period, but so we can see how it all worked out, and then we'll get started on our next pay period for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I love a brand new payday. All right, I hope that you have a really wonderful Thursday. Take care of yourselves today, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye. Happy Friday, fellow budgeters. It is payday, and I am so excited. Nothing happened in the checking account other than me moving money from our income account into our expense account. So I'm not even going to show you that tracker, that expense tracker. We'll just go over the, since today is payday, today starts a new budget cycle. And so let's go over the last budget cycle that ended yesterday. So from January 17th to January 30th, here's everything that we budgeted for. So we, for my care credit card, I budgeted $197 for the minimum payment, ended up being $193. My husband's student loan was $335. My husband's life insurance was just a couple cents under $50. My life insurance was a couple cents under $35. For our private student loan, I budgeted $306 for the minimum, and the minimum actually ended up being $296.42. We made a small extra payment to Capital One. Our tithes to our church was a little less than I thought it would be. Excuse me. My student loan was $85. Ashley furniture payment was $45. Apple TV was $10.66, and Spotify was $12.80. So we budgeted our fixed expenses to be $12.06, and it ended up being $11.79. For groceries, for these past 2 weeks, we budgeted $600 and we ended up spending $544. This is all the cash that was taken out and put it into. So we budgeted for cash envelopes and savings. We budgeted $838 and ended up spending $782. Over here's where things get a little tricky and funny, because I only budget for gas over on this side. I do not budget for these things right now. I'm still learning my budget intimately, and so that way I will know how much to budget for these kinds of things. But we did really good. Gas was only $76. We only filled up once, technically twice, because I filled up the car during this budget cycle, but it still hasn't cleared our bank account, so I can only count what's been cleared, because that's just the way I do things. So we only spent $76.60 on gas. We spent $107.35 on takeout, which for a family of 4 is not a lot of money. Like, I'm really proud of ourselves for only doing $107.35 during this pay cycle. Our health outside of our life insurance was $44.81, and those were prescriptions and a copay. Our kids was $22.60. I was $16.04, and for fun and entertainment outside of our like TV subscriptions was $12. Our additional or our other savings, so money we've pulled out from cash stuffings and that, or not cash stuffings, but from cash spending. When I have any extra dollars, I pull those out. And then also I have been following, and I got rid of the January one, the No Bucks Given. She did a freebie, something like this. I can show you March's. And so each week, if it does not completely destroy us, I transfer over that money. So, and I'm thinking less than $20 each time shouldn't be destroying us, but I'm very, just keeping a close eye. So that's where that $54 came in. And then additional tithes was something like we bought gas for that guy, and the credit union we use pulled out $1 every month. And so we only budgeted for category spending. We only budgeted $200, ended up spending $337.21, which leaves us with $2,861.01 that is left over to roll over into the next budget cycle. So that money usually sits in my income account. A little bit of it is in the checking account as a checking account buffer. The majority of it is sitting in our income account waiting to be used for the next budget cycle, which when you add that up with all of the other money that stays in the budget or in the income account, we were at $3,046. So that was sitting in our income account. And then with all of our paychecks, we were at $3,830, which helps us get through everything. So if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to other people. Maybe someday I'll draw on. Do I need to draw a diagram? Just a little funny side note. My husband has a very complicated family history, and he was trying to explain it to me one day, and I needed him to draw it out for me because I could not picture it in my brain. So that was funny anyway. Anyway, I hope that you have a really fantastic weekend. My son is in Cub Scouts, and we have the Pinewood Derby this weekend, so we're very excited about that. And yeah, that's about it. I have to teach at school or at church, and I probably have to go buy some supplies. So in my paycheck, we'll see a little bit of money used, or in my expense tracker next week, we'll probably see some of that money be moved around. And today's payday, so I'm going to go to the bank and then film some cash stuffing videos and such. So anyway, I hope you have a really fantastic weekend. In the comments down below, why don't you tell me what you're up to, and I will talk to you next week. Bye everybody.